Welcome to Boucher Field for today's game featuring the Beavers of the University of Maine at Farmington and the Eagles of Husson University. Husson University would like to thank its corporate sponsors, Adidas, EKI Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration Incorporated, Buffalo Wild Wings, Karen Signs, Casella, Chick-fil-A, Courtyard by Marriott Bangor, Creative Print Services, Ross Insurance, Deer Bus Line, Domino's, Down East Orthopedics, Dysarts, First National Bank, Gatorade, Greenway Equipment Sales, Harvest Moon Deli, Hero Sports Grill and Entertainment Center, Holiday Inn, Pepsi, Pizzerina Una, Ron's Moving, Saco Bay Orthopedic and Sports Physical Therapy, School Street Picture Framing Incorporated, Ticket Smarter, U.S. Air Force, Arnie Buick, PNC, Mazda, and White Sporting Goods. The NCAA North Atlantic Conference and Husson University promote good sportsmanship by the student athletes, coaches.
And welcome back to Boucher Field, the second game of the doubleheader today, as it's time for the men's now, the men's turn, as they will host Farmington here. And Owen, we saw just a really, really good first game between these two teams. Now again, as we move over to the other side, what do you expect to see from this one?
Yeah, I believe we're going to see a low-scoring game. Last time these two teams played was back in October of last year, the 16th to be exact. Husson won that one 2-0, and I think both these teams are looking to improve in the North Atlantic Conference standings. Husson right now staying at second, Farmington at fourth. I think Husson is slightly favored in this one, just based off the strong season they've had, especially in North Atlantic Conference play, 5-1 in the conference. Meanwhile, Farmington's 3-2-2. But this honestly could go either way. Farmington is known to put up fights, and I think we're going to get a great match today from both sides.
Well, the last time this fixture was played did not go at Boucher, did not go the Eagles' way, as they ended up losing that one. That one was October the 4th of last year, and they lost that one 1-0 here. They look to turn that around, and now, Gabe, as they look to turn around their season, the Eagles, that is, they're 5-1. They currently sit second in the NAC, as Owen mentioned. A loss for Thomas here would really put them under some pressure with the remaining fixtures that are left in this one. Of course, just 2 for them. Away from home now. You factor in the fact that this is your last game in front of these fans. You have so many of them that are still here, still in support of you. What do you have to do in order to sort of stem the tide and prevent this unbeaten in the conference Thomas team from coming into your place and taking the game?
You just have to play a strong game. You know, you're going to go in against a team that's hungry. They're going to want this win. For me, this is a must-win in-conference game for Farmington, because you look at these standings, as you just said, Thomas is first place. They're 6-0. Husson is second. They're 5-1 in the standings, and so Farmington's fourth. But if you look at these standings, Johnson below them, which they do end up playing next game, has 3 losses in the conference. They're 2-3-1. So this is going to be a big game. I think Farmington definitely needs to win this one. And for Husson, as you said, they just need to keep doing what they're doing in conference. They've been pretty dominant, 5-1. You know, their record doesn't really show how they've been playing it in conference. And those games that they play out of conference haven't really – they've been tougher competition, right? So this is going to be a very, very good game for Husson, yes. And it's going to show that they can beat Thomas and kind of take over this NAC.
And we'll pause for the announcement of the starting lineups by our PA announcer, Avery Henningston. But when we come back, we'll have kickoff for you from Boucher here at the Husson Eagles Sports Network.
Introducing the starters for the visiting Beavers. In goal, a sophomore, number 00, Parker Day. A freshman defender, number 3, Somana Hussan. A freshman for number 6, Owen Spira. A sophomore defender, number 8, Monty Weaver. A sophomore midfielder, number 9, JJ Greenlaw. A sophomore forward, number 15, Jack Luciano. A freshman midfielder, number 18, Anamir Ibrahim. A freshman midfielder, number 20, Garrett Gendro. A senior defender, number 21, Kaylin Billings. A sophomore defender, number 24, Owen Dakin. And a freshman forward, number 25, Vishal Miller. Farmington is under the direction of Blake Hart. And now, introducing your Husson University Eagles. A senior from Rockville, Maryland, number 35, Manuka Pereira. In goal, a freshman from Greenville, Maine, number 41, Liam Mason. A freshman from Madrid, Spain, number 4, Lucas Menchaca. A junior from Caracas, Venezuela, number 5, Victor Blanco. A freshman from Las Rosas, Spain, number 11, Jorge Mora. A freshman from Marseille, France, number 21, Shadi Hamadi. A junior from Bogota, Colombia, number 23, Alejandro Castellana. A junior from Rotterdam, Netherlands, number 25, Wessel Eldering. A freshman from Salem, Massachusetts, number 26, Luke Murray. A freshman from Westminster, Vermont, number 29, Ty Rabchak. And a freshman from Madrid, Spain, number 34, Miguel Diaz Alvarez. The Eagles are coached by Carlos Bermudez, and he is assisted by Matt Goodman, David Baker, Mosi Masamango, and Nate Chamberlain. There will be no national anthem.
Certainly a lot of built-up anticipation for this game. Certainly the crowd is stuck around here at Boucher. Got a very, very clear day, not a cloud in the sky. Beautiful fall day here in Bangor, Maine. Again, we've just got two very, very determined teams here, determined to get a win, evenly matched as well. See just both teams, both coaches emphasizing their points, making one or two last-minute adjustments, calls to action. Carlos Bermudez, somebody who's on your screen now, somebody who can really just take hold of a team as he's doing here and spur them on. His counterpart Blake Hart on the opposite side. He can do the same for Farmington. Not too many surprises in either starting lineup. Again, it's just both teams going with their big guns, flexing their muscles here, showing each other just what they have for firepower.
It's going to be a great match today, Philip. I think both the teams are evenly matched on paper. Husson has loads of international players and international talent. It's crazy to see that they have way more players internationally than they do in the United States. Fun fact. And another thing to mention, they got a lot of freshmen and sophomores starting today. Lucas Menchaca, Jorge Mora, Shadi Hamadi, Ty Rabchak, Luke Murray, Miguel Diaz. All of them are freshmen. And the goalkeeper, William Mason, also a freshman.
And you compare that to the only 5 players on this Farmington team that are outside of Maine. So certainly talent from the region versus the world.
It's what head coach Carlos Bermudez likes to do. He likes to bring in very good international talent. I mean, it's his first season, his first real recruiting class. I mean, he's helped out plenty, but this is his first one really by himself at the helm.
The kickoff, we are underway here. Alejandro Castellanos getting the header there, and this one will go all the way out of play, almost near us in the press box. As we welcome you into Boucher Field, what should be a very exciting game. I'm Philip Robards, joined alongside Owen Snow and Gabe Shaw on the Husson Eagles Sports Network. This homecoming edition, last home game of the year for the Eagles. A chance to knock off undefeated, conference undefeated Farmington. Have to do hard to knock off that record today. You can hear the pressure coming from Bermudez, who will feel his side are pretty determined to win here today. This one will go all the way back to the goalkeeper. That's Liam Mason making the start, a Maine native.
From Greenville, that's way up north. If you go past Dover Foxcroft, you'll eventually head into Greenville. Kind of an anomaly to see when you see all the international people on Husson's roster.
That one headed by Ibrahim, who is the assist leader for this Farmington team. He's got 5 so far on the season. Promises to be quite an entertaining fixture and could spill over to be a physical one as well. Teams play with a lot of heart out there. Husson have won the reverse fixture here away in Farmington. That was their last game. They won 2-0 on the day. Now a chance here to win at home here and avenge that loss suffered last year. Husson passing it around here. Here's Castellanos playing Manuka Pereira.
And kind of like what we saw from women's game earlier on, the men's team just trying to feel it out. They're doing good with possession. They're passing cleanly, and that's a good through ball there.
Great through ball into Menchaca, who goes down, and the referee will award a corner to Lucas Menchaca.
Yeah, Husson's trying to set the tone early here in this game, just like the women's game, as Owen said.
Need to watch out for in this box is Wessel Eldering. He knows how to get his head onto one of these as well. Manuka Pereira in there. It's flicked on and almost very, very close to an opening goal for the Eagles.
Yeah, it was a great kick on the corner by Menchaca, and it almost led to a goal. Good job there by the keeper, Parker Day.
He might do the Menchaca if he scores a goal.
That was a good one, Philip. I'll give you that. I'll give you credit. That was a good one.
And we see a foul. That one's out of play. It'll go back to Husson possession.
Both teams, I feel like they're just feeling each other out to start. We haven't seen really much push to offense yet, besides that corner.
Someone to watch out for on that right side. Guilty as Alvarez, somebody who is very, very crucial in this attack. Husson like to look to him to create opportunities to put a ball into a box.
Absolutely. The freshman has 6 goals and 2 assists on the year. He's looking like he's already a junior or a senior, but playing only a freshman.
This one will be headed that time by Dakin. And it will find the hands of the keeper Day. Now a good chance here for the Beavers. Here's Spira, but unable to make it work. Swung over to Blanco. As Owen mentioned, Husson just enjoying a lot of the ball today. That's something that we've come to expect from them. They do love to play that possession game, patient at times. Other times they can go forward with some sort of pace. So they like to turn on the afterburner, especially out on those wings.
Yeah, really watch out for this right side. Alejandro Castellanos, wing, pretty much a wing back. Very speedy.
Here he goes. That one just stuffed out that time by Weaver. And the foul is called on Weaver. That one going against, or going on Murray rather, against Weaver. Now Husson trying to take it forward with Eldering. Here is Lucas Menchaca trying to play Rabchak. This one's a great through ball in and dealt with by Manuka Pereira.
Pereira, the captain on this Eagles squad, senior defender, has had a great career at Husson.
Yeah, he has, and defended that ball well against Owen Spira, the leading goal scorer on the Beavers, with 6 so far. As this one will be called back, as Melora will win a foul.
As we all know, Philip, it's homecoming weekend. I want to give you an update on the football score. Husson is playing New England College in football. Husson's up 34-0 in the third quarter. Seems like they are playing very well during this homecoming day.
There's certainly been a lot of cheering from the Winkin. It's 2 hour back, so much so that it comes across on our broadcast. Just a great day for that football team. Much needed performance from them. And Chaka trying to flick one on that time, but it'll go out of play. Also, it's not done after the football game. They have field hockey that will be playing at 6 over on the Winkin as well.
For all you, that will be a NESCOM broadcast. Football game right now is also a NESCOM broadcast.
Now they have a long throw in to deal with here through the Eagles. Players queuing up in the box. They do take it long. Trying to be flicked on there and in. And that one, guess who? Owen Spira finding the back of the net. His 7th goal of the season for the Beavers. Again, a set play that Husson just could not deal with, resulting in an opening goal for the Beavers.
And great throw-in originally by Farmington, and Owen Spira able to find the back of the net. Great brace.
Husson having to go again here, regroup, 1-0 down.
Farmington goal scored by number 6, Owen Spira.
Here's Castellanos playing Murray. Here's Blanco. Husson just not able to find that pass. And looking for it a couple of times now in this one. Trying to play it up to Rabchak that time, unable to get there. Mistake by Blanco. And Alvarez not able to get on the end of that one.
Good try nonetheless. Was able to get a header on that ball. Could have pushed up the pace, but Husson's going to regroup.
Here's Menchaca. Great through ball to Jorge Mora. Could set him free. Miguel Diaz-Alvarez getting ready in the box. But a good clearance there. Good defensive stand. Again by the Beavers. That time it was Hassan. Here's Rabchak. Trying to play Castellanos, but couldn't. It's back to him. Short build-up play for the Eagles. Castellanos trying to play Mora, just able to just get it. Looking for a ball in, Murray. Castellanos cleared away. That time by Gendro. End-to-end stuff here.
And good job there by the Eagles. Able to get the perfect tackle. Don't let Farmington have any chance to counterattack. And still doing a good job at possession. Just that one mistake led to a Farmington goal by Spira. But I think Husson still going to play their game how they want to. And I think that they keep this push on offense can lead to a goal or two.
Well, we're seeing why they are top of the conference. And that just outstanding record. We're seeing why they just continue to just one little mistake is all that they need to get in and score, as they have done. Well, 10 minutes gone by, Gabe. What do the Eagles have to do to respond?
I mean, they got to keep playing, doing what they're doing. They, like you said, they've only made one mistake so far, and it was just, I mean, it found the leading goal scorer on Farmington. So it just, now they look like they're playing in desperation. And I mean, there's so much soccer to be played, so you just gotta keep playing your game, like you said, and you just find the offensive zone.
Want a big header by Eldering, and they'll call him for a foul. And now the Eagles in more trouble here as a free kick has been awarded. Not quite sure as to the cause of that foul, but it is a foul nonetheless. Now J.J. Greenlaw will look to put one in. He's got quite a lot of height to aim for. Played short. Here's Hassan. Playing one in and cleared by Eldering. Hassan putting another one in and collected by Mason. Spiro is in there. Already scored once today.
Husson, they really like to start off with the center backs and the wing backs. They like to start the breakout from them, eventually making it up to the midfielders, and then eventually to dangerous attackers.
Through ball, just not able to find either the run of Rabchak or Castellanos. As you mentioned, Owen, they do like to play out with their center backs. That's certainly a strong point of this sort of formation. Now Castellanos breaking through again, trying to play in Rabchak, who's had a tough opening 15 minutes or so. Not too much on for him. But you got to think, if he gets on the ball a little more for the Eagles, the tide could very well turn in their favor. He's a very good talent there. This is Enrique Mendez, who he gets the start over today. Murray tripped up there. It will be a foul. That one goes on Gendro. Now looks to be Castellanos to take it. Chance here for the Eagles to get back into this one from the set piece. Here's Castellanos. Ball to the back post, and having to deal with it was Parker Day, having to just ensure that that one was not going to sneak by him. We'll go out for a corner. We will see a substitution here, as Cesar Sucre will come on for Murray. Sucre, of course, having played 14 games. As we see a dangerous kick there, and we'll go possession, the chance wasted for the Eagles from the corner. Be a goal kick.
Again, Cesar Sucre, the newly substitute, another freshman on this Husson team. They are loaded with young talent, and they're only going to get better, Philip. Again, he didn't start this game, but did start 13 games already this season. Has 3 goals and 5 assists. Great midfielder, indeed.
Another foul against the Eagles. And really it looks to be Farmington who have really set the tone early in this one. They've already scored, and a lot of that possession that Husson had is just really availed to nothing in the end, as they look far more clinical to start this game. That one be an elbow in the back by Monte Weaver. And now Eagles again, free kick, taken quickly. Castellanos plays the substitute Sucre. Sucre trying to find Alvarez, who gets tripped up. And then there will be a free kick.
And that's Monty Weaver, back-to-back fouls. He's playing a little bit too aggressive for the referee's liking. And now Husson will get a free kick at a great spot, honestly, on the field.
Captain Pereira just talking things over with the referee. It's a great opportunity for the Eagles. You can shoot, or you can, again, try and find somebody unmarked there. Sucre and Diaz Alvarez both standing over it. Seen free kicks go in from this area. And it will be Alvarez who shoots, and it's in! It's found the back of the net and through the legs of Parker Day. And it will be the goalkeeper's mistake that leads to the Husson's first goal. It was a great free kick, came at him with a lot of speed. In the end, that's certainly one he will want back. But for the Eagles, a well-deserved equalizing goal.
At first, I thought Cesar Sucre was going to take that free kick, and it turns out that Diaz Alvarez would be the one ending up taking it, and Parker Day just went through his legs. He thought he had the ball, but he looked in the back of the net, and he saw the ball, and that's how we're tied up right now, all at 1.
Well, to say that, I mean, it was the goalkeeper's mistake is, I mean, maybe the case, but the fact that he was able to curl it around the wall like that, that's always going to come at him with a lot of speed, and so it should really be no surprise in the end that he scored. But it was a very, very angle that looked like Day might have just had it covered, but in the end, it might have looked like his mistake in the end. Either way, it's a goal, and Husson will take it.
Absolutely. Diaz, head coach Carlos Bermudez even quoted, he has outstanding technical skills, and that was shown right there, Philip.
Now a throw in. Weaver will take it long. And then out by Pereira.
Yeah, after that Husson goal, you could see how disappointed Parker Day was that he
Diaz
had
Alvarez on
going
the in, and that one hit, parried only as far as the defense. That one could have been a lot more dangerous as Miguel Diaz Alvarez bearing on goal. In the end, it is cleared and it will be a Husson corner.
Parker Day doing a good job. He came out aggressive in his net. Now Husson has a dangerous opportunity here.
Now from the corner, that one cleared only as far as Hamadi. In the end, the Eagles, it's a tame shot in the end, but Eagles now just capitalizing on a few missed opportunities. Diaz Alvarez winning back the goal kick and wins a foul. Taken quickly. Husson loved to do that. Here's Sucre. Sucre, and that one well wide.
And Sucre, very dangerous midfielder. Just has lots of natural talent on this team. Now, even though it is a tied game, Husson has the advantage on shots and shots on goal. 6 shots, 4 of them being on goal.
It's just about capitalizing on those shots. Again, they say his possession is 9/10 of the law. That said quite a few times. Something that rings true. Just because you have more possession, just because you have more shots doesn't mean that you will be ahead, as was the case with the Farmington goal, just coming completely against the run of play, and then the amazing free kick from Alvarez curling it around the wall and again beating the goalkeeper Day.
Another update for the Husson team, 41-0, tailing the end of that third quarter.
Now this one flicked on. Still could be dangerous. Handball, says the referee. Waiting on the official signal. He looked to run right up to the spot. Didn't quite point to it, but it will be a penalty as J.J. Greenlaw will step up to take it. The handball coming against the Eagles now. Goal here would really take the wind out of the Eagles' sails. Even though Eagles don't have sails. It's Greenlaw to take. Has yet to take a penalty this season. This will be his first. Greenlaw steps up. And a save, but just not able to do enough on it was Liam Mason. Greenlaw scores the penalty. And the Beavers are 2-1 up here at Boucher.
It's an unfortunate foul. The foul went on Victor Blanco, and J.J. Greenlaw just able to stay poised on the penalty kick and able to beat goalkeeper Liam Mason. So Husson makes a mistake, Farmington capitalizes.
Yeah, again, it was a very valiant effort by the goalkeeper, but just not enough of a hand to be on it. He dove the right way. But in the end, the penalty was very strong and too strong for him. It's a great job to dispatch it home. Again, the Beavers getting a lead here. The offside flag comes up against Spira.
And we talked about a little bit in the women's game how mistakes can change the entirety of a game. And right here, that mistake gives Farmington the lead.
Could prove to be very costly for the Eagles. Here's Diaz Alvarez. Playing it up through Hamadi, trying to find Rabchak. In the end, it's cleared by Hassan.
Another foul by Husson. So, again, a lot of fouls already being called in this one. Husson, that will be their 7th already.
And that's one that Malore will look to have gotten the worse off in. Walking with a limp at the moment. But just goes to show the physicality of this game. This one held the ring up for it. In the end, it's cleared. Now, taking it the other way are the Eagles. Here is Sucre. Alvarez trying to keep it in. But he failed to, and this one will go back to the Beavers. It'll be Weaver to take the throw. Long throw by Weaver. Castellanos to clear. This one, an interesting curve on that throw. Trying to get by his man, putting a good ball in for Spira, but not able to control it. Here is Sucre. This one will go all the way back to Mason. Eagles looking to slow up the play here and try and work a patient attack here. Here's Sucre. Now they can break. Alvarez on the end of it, but unable to maintain possession. But the Eagles get it back. Eagles playing it through the middle now. Here's Sucre. And good stand-up block there. Here's Billings, the captain, able to end the threat.
That was a great tackle by Victor Blanco. Just not letting Husson have anything to do with it.
Now a big ball over the top, forces Mason way out. And a collision there with Spira. And the referee's going to have to check on Spira. He looked to get the worst off of that. Mason came a long way out to get that one.
Again, Spira, one of the goal scorers already in this game. It would really be unfortunate to see him have to be subbed off for a long period of time. I'm just hoping that he's all right, as that was a pretty bad collision.
I mean, it was Mason's ball. In a case with the goalkeeper like that, normally you look to favor the goalkeeper, but with it being so far out of the box, it's maybe going as a 50-50 in that case. Either way, it did look like Mason got there well before the challenge, but when you don't back outs like that, sometimes you can get caught like that, and that's what I think happened to Spira there. Play will restart with a throw in here for the Beavers. Be Greenlaw, man that scored the penalty, to take the throw. 20 minutes left in this first half. Then Chaka wins the header. Here's Sucre. Great through ball to Alvarez, who's onside. He could take it through. Trying to get by, but unable to. Here's Castellanos. It's by his man. It's by 2, but will go out for an Eagles throw.
And that was a great original step up by Castellanos to get that ball before Farmington did and try to make a play out of it, but a throw-in will be.
Keep playing, keep on. Come on.
50-51 by Castellanos. Both teams jockeying for possession here. Here's Eldering. Plays Noguera, who came on for Jorge Mora. And another foul. That one will go in the favor of the Beavers.
Guys, bro, trust your guys. Just trust them. Ty, let's get next to 3.
What are you looking for in a free kick like this, Owen?
I think you're looking to just try to maintain your possession. So you got many people just outside the box. Try to find one of them.
The ball is in. It's a big ball, trying to find the head of Weaver, but unable to. And now Rabchak just taken out there by Dakin, who commits the foul.
Yeah, and Husson will now have a free kick, and they can really look to push up the pace as they're not in opponent territory just yet.
Now, with 17, a little over 17 minutes left here, and you do want, if you are the Eagles, to go into the break at least tied. They'll feel that they have earned it. Now Castellanos winning back possession. Eagles just unable to really do much in that final third, the last 15 minutes or so since giving up the PK. Seems to have really all gone in Farmington's favor. So we see a substitution here for the Beavers. Jackson Landry coming on and coming off for Vishal Milor. This one will go to Rabchak, who's trying for it, but Dakin gets there first. Alvarez trying to play in Shadi Hamadi, and Shadi Hamadi flicks one over the goalkeeper, and it's just too far. What a good effort by Hamadi there.
Absolutely, Philip. He went for the chip shot, just trying to push it up over the goalkeeper, Parker Day, and just very unfortunate that goes wide as the net was wide open.
Just crying out to be finished off, but unable to as it stands. Still 2-1. Farmington would feel that they've been just let off there. That one could have easily ended up in the back of the net. Another foul here.
Yeah, that one will be on Alvarez. Just a little bit too aggressive on there. But again, Husson has lots of time to tie this one back up before the first half ends. I feel like they've been the better team despite the score.
Now, Dakin putting one in. This one could be dangerous. It's flicked on and cleared away. Initially flicked on by Gendro. Unable to be finished off, though. Castellanos Eagles playing it from the middle now. They stretch wide with Nugera. The overlap of Lucas Menchaca, and he plays him. Back with Nugera. Now a throw in for the Eagles. Great piece of skill there by Nugera.
Yeah, a very talented winger on this team, as he can put on the dribble moves, and last season was a NAC All-Conference honorable mention. Very skilled player with the ball on his feet.
Now Blanco looking to switch the play. But a good intercept there. Timely one by Ibrahim. Nugera and Hassan challenging for that one. We'll go all the way back as the Eagles, again, just looking to finish off this attack. Good move there by Castellanos. And 1-2 with Alvarez, who takes a shot low. And there's no spillage this time by Day. Nothing for Rabchak and company to feed off of. He's able to get it cleanly.
Yeah, I was just about to mention, if Day wasn't able to corral that, Rabchak was right there for the rebound.
Davide Ponchi and Eric Weinstein looking to come into the game. As we will see a yellow card issued to Farmington's Landry. This game featuring quite a few challenges that were pretty harsh. No surprise, I think, that the referee is trying to take back control of this game and continue to maintain that it is in the referee's favor with the yellow there. Again, those substitutions prepare to come on. Monchi and Weinstein. Here's Shadi Amadi playing in the space of Diaz Alvarez. Will put one in, and Rabchak trying to get it there, and in the end, unable to be finished off. Now it's Landry playing it up. Trying to work in another attack, unable to now. This one will roll all the way through. As Menchaca looks to play Mahdi on the wing. Substitutions will enter now. Davide Ponchi coming in for looks to be Rabchak, as Eric Weinstein will come in for Wessel Eldering.
And they're gonna put Weinstein in the wingback role. Is known as a defensive defender, and just does a really good job. The senior.
That Hamadi just pushing up a little bit more for the Eagles. Bit of a tactical adjustment by Carlos Bermudez. This one a long ball over the top. Nugera trying to track it down. In the end, it will go out of play. Husson ball.
There's still lots of time left. We're not even at the 10-minute mark yet. And I think Husson with this throwing could look to do something huge.
Husson just working it all the way around. Trying to stretch out this defense. Castellanos, who's been on the ball a lot this half. Given away that time by Sucre. Here is Nugera. Husson just working a lot through their center backs. Here's Castellanos. Plays Hamadi through and just blazing over the crossbar that time. Shadi Hamadi.
Would have been a fantastic tic-tac-toe play for Hamadi, and just really unfortunate that he put a little bit too much power on the ball. He was aiming top right corner. It would have gone in if it was a more accurate ball, but that was just a great play nonetheless.
That one looked destined for that top right corner. Didn't find it though. Here's Pereira.
So many chances for Husson today.
Hoofing it long to Noguera. Just miscommunication that time. Leads to the end of that Husson attack. Blanco. Still the Eagles attack. Menchaca. Noguera. Taken down. And there will be a foul.
Another quick update in the Husson football game against New England College. Fourth quarter, Husson's up 48-0. They are putting on a show. Stat pattern, they might say.
Well, they have to. They've got all the support in the world out there with it being homecoming weekend. Good to see for a Husson fan. The football team putting up numbers like that. They'll take that. So we see the free kick now. This one played in and just too wide.
Another good try. The free kick almost in a little bit of an awkward position, a little bit shorter than a regular corner would be. So trying to play it in the box was a good try.
Now this one will be cleared long. Trying to play it through and a shot there by Landry, but in the end it goes wide.
Build it! Menuka, drop a little bit!
Husson now playing pretty good possession-wise. Midfielders getting a lot of the action. They are the ones that touch the ball the most, I would say, Philip.
Trying to work another attack, but stuffed out. Here's Diaz Alvarez. Trying to work it quickly in there. Had trouble this half, really working it through the middle. Of course, the one ball looping over the top of Hamadi just went wide of that far post of Day. Other than that, they've really just struggled to really play through the middle. Noguera and Hassan over there. End in a corner. And a lot of uproar from the Husson benches. Will be ruled a goal kick. Looked to be a corner from our angle, but we have a referees have a better angle than we do. This one will be booted. And now Alvarez trying to keep it in, but not able to, just ran out of room. Castellanos up for that one, and it will be, again, a Husson throw. Be Weaver.
Honestly, if you're Husson right now, you just try not to go down by 2 at the half. I know you want to try to tie it up, but it's more important right now to not go down even more than you are already.
Landry battling it in there with Pereira. Out to Castellanos. Hamadi looking for options, finding that run of Castellanos. And in miles of space, he'll put one in, but in the end, won't count for much. Eagles, though, do have a corner. This will need to be dealt with by Farmington. Ball in by Hamadi. It's a good one, floated in there and just unable to find a clean header on it. It was Victor Blanco in the end.
Husson put it on the pressure against Farmington. I like to see it.
This one cleared by Hassan. Defended well. It will be a foul. Now, big ball in. Hit away by Manuka Pereira. That one hit the hand of Davide Panchi.
Couple of handballs already in this half for Husson, and one of them led to a penalty kick, which eventually led to Farmington's second goal. Again, that one was scored by Greenlaw, and just little mistakes from Husson that's keeping them.
That one running all the way through to Mason. A couple of substitutions warming up for the Beavers. Reed Pambianco and William Levine looking to get ready to come in. Here is Sucre. Castellanos, Blanco. Out wide. Up to Ponchi. Playing one, squaring one across. Hamadi. Oh, tried to square it to Noguera. And in the end, it's miles away. That shot from Miguel Diaz-Alvarez finding the parking lot almost onto the softball field.
I think that one went like well over that tree you see on your screen, that big green tree.
That thing must have had some helium in it because that thing just flew. So much power in that shot, so much power in the leg.
May have gotten deflected too, I couldn't really tell.
Well, if it had, it was deflected off of a Husson player. I don't think so, though. Again, the Eagles just frustrating, trying to get it through the middle. Seemingly every single time, it's just batted away.
I would just try to work it outside more in that case, either left or right, both your wingers.
This one, big clearance now. Header by Eric Weinstein. In the end, it'll be Levine. And it will go out for an Eagles throw. Good battle there between Levine and Weinstein. Mason will try and look to begin the attack for ball with Manuka Pereira. He'll play it long. In the end, just not enough to be a Husson throw. Punchy. To Alvarez, he'll switch it. Weinstein, he'll move forward here in a lot of space, trying to play one through to Hamadi, but not able to get anywhere past the goalkeeper.
And just it's a good try there all around by Weinstein. And if Farmington's going to give him space, he's going to take it. It was a good IQ there.
Minute left in this first half. The Eagles find themselves behind a goal here to Farmington via a penalty. this ball in. Looking to the back post of Alvarez, who keeps it in. And in the end, it will go for a Farmington throw. And in no rush to take it is Weaver.
Come on, he's not even there already.
Taking a lot of time is Weaver now. He will throw it. And that one, Castellanos smartly letting it run. Now trying to switch the play that time with Sucre. Noguera just not able to catch up to it. And that will likely be that for the first half. As we have 5 seconds left, the Eagles will go into the break down a goal. And again, just 1 or 2 mistakes costing them here, wouldn't you say, Owen?
Yeah, it's just it's unfortunate for Husson, as I felt like they've played a very good half so far, despite the goals. Crucial foul from Victor Blanco that led to that penalty that Greenlaw just braced very nicely, and then of course the Owen Spear goal to start. Again, Husson, they have all the right tools, and they are making the right plays, at least on offense. They've had a couple dangerous opportunities, 6 shots on goal compared to Farmington's 2. But again, it's 2-1 Farmington. So I would say just keep playing Husson. Just keep playing your game. You're doing great. You just need to score 1.
Now, on the other side for Farmington, you come into this one maybe not expecting a win, but you certainly are playing well in the conference here and showing why that they remain just in such good form here. On the road, up 1 goal. What do you do to continue that momentum in the second half?
I mean, if you're Farmington, you got to keep playing the way you're playing right now. I know Husson has had the ball most of the time, but I mean, Husson's not really getting the job done when they have the ball. You know, they've had so many opportunities to score. This could be a 4-2, 5-2 game in Husson's favor, but instead they've been missing these open nets. And for Farmington, you know, like you said, they only have 2 shots on goal, but they've scored both of them, and so they haven't had too many chances, but they're hungry for a win today. And like I said at the beginning, I think they really want this win today. And so if you're both teams, Farmington and Husson, I say you just keep playing the way you're playing, because Husson is pushing it on offense. They just can't get the job done. And Farmington, you know, they're playing well enough on defense where they can keep that lead. So I just think you got to keep doing what you're doing.
It was the long throw to open the scoring. Long throw that found the foot of Owen Spira to find his 7th goal of the season. He remains the top scorer for the Beavers. And then it was, again, Miguel Diaz-Alvarez on the free kick to dispatch it home, the equalizer for the Eagles. And then 6 minutes after, J.J. Greenlaw being awarded a penalty after a handball by Victor Blanco. Leading, that is up to date on the events so far of this first half. We will move to the second half in a little over 12 minutes. I'm Philip Robarge, Owen Snow, Gabe Shaw, Husson Eagles Sports Network. We will have the second half for you very soon. Well, welcome back to Boucher Field for the second half. Eagles find themselves down 2-1 after a pair of good goals by Farmington, both from set pieces. Eagles, of course, responding with a set piece of their own before giving away a penalty. That has led to the second goal. We're just awaiting kickoff.
Want to give you guys an update on the football score. That game has ended in a 48-0 win for Husson. So, football team gets the win on homecoming. Women's soccer gets the win in homecoming. Now we just await this men's game, and then we'll see Husson Field Hockey play later tonight. We'll see if all four teams can sweep and get wins during homecoming weekend. Be very special for the program, and just it'd be a really cool thing to see. Husson has been outplaying UMF, 11 shots to 3, 6 to 2 for shots on goal. Husson has 4 corners, and UMF has 0. Each team has a yellow card, and Husson has committed more fouls, 10-7. But the score is UMF 2 and Husson 1. So just a couple mistakes on Husson's end have led to goals from Farmington. So that's kind of what I've seen from both teams. I think Husson can definitely come back, and I think if UMF makes the right plays, they can hold on to their lead.
And both teams are resorting to just putting a ball in play here to warm up. So we have a very, very delayed start here. We apologize for that. Unsure, the referees talking things over, trying to come to the same conclusions here. And Gabe Shaw, welcome you back into this broadcast, along with Owen Snow. I myself and Philip Robarge. Gabe, what do the Eagles have to do in order to turn this game around, and then what do Farmington need to do in order to hold on to this lead?
Well, first the Eagles have to eliminate those mistakes, right, that led to those Farmington goals. So, you just want to play clean soccer. You don't want to make those mistakes that they made in the defensive end of the field. And like I said before, they just got to keep playing the way they're playing, right? They're getting the ball into the attacking zone. They just can't seem to get the ball in the net. And they've had some open nets too, open opportunities, and they just miss it. So I like the opportunities the Eagles are getting, and I want them to keep doing that because they're playing some good soccer. They just can't find the net. And I mean, if you do that, you're going to tie this game. So, and for Farmington, they really haven't had the ball in the attacking zone most of the game. It's really been Husson on the attack. So if you're Farmington, you want to play a little more aggressive, but you also kind of want to protect your lead too, right? So I would say just play some clean soccer, eliminate the mistakes for Husson, and you're all set. And for Farmington, just keep doing what you're doing. Play a little more aggressive. But so far, whatever they're doing is working.
Just an extended delay here at Boucher as we get ready for the second half. Mr. John Boucher is here himself. I spoke with him a little bit at halftime. Coming here to cheer on his Eagles. This is, after all, the complex that was named after him. This soccer field.
Not to mention that, but we've got a bunch of people in attendance. Approximately 300, almost 350 people here at Boucher on homecoming. Just everyone coming out, all families coming out, as it is technically also Family and Friends weekend here at Husson. So, seen a lot of people at the Boucher field cheering on our soccer teams today, and gets everyone riled up and happy.
Everyone coming out to support the Eagles. Everyone coming out but the referees, who have yet to start this game. As the wait continues, Coach Carlos Bermudez, don't know whether he was called over or he decided to go over, as there's much deliberation going on down there. Again, Husson, history of this fixture, 41 wins for the Eagles, 36 losses. 6 times have they drew. And at home, the Eagles are 23-16-3. Away from home, they're a little bit better than that. 28 wins, 22 losses. Still, it's 3 draws. This fixture goes all the way back to 1962. First game that was played on the 10th of October. Of course, 1962. That game was a 1-1 draw.
Just one thing to talk about for both goalkeepers, too. Parker Day, 5 saves, only 1 goal allowed. Meanwhile, Liam Mason, 2 goals allowed, has yet to make a save. So when Farmington's getting their shots, they're going in 100% of the time. Something that it's not really Husson's fault on defense, just, again, like we've said many times already, just little mistakes.
The referees are ready. Players themselves have been ready for some time. Now we will see the second half. Immediately off the kickoff, the boot and rush. That seems to be the thing that teams do. Certainly seen it a lot here at Boucher. Teams preferring to pass the ball forward and rush the opposition to try and get the ball back and be on the break rather than pass it back and try and get sustained possession that leads to a chance. And immediately just a little bit of a bump in to Coach Bermudez there from Luciano. Now J.J. Greenlaw looking to go long with his throw. That one will be one back by the Eagles. Mason looking to find Noguera. Found Menchaca. Menchaca with pressure on him. Pressure applied by Luciano. Eagles, of course, still a goal behind, looking to level this game.
And they got 45 minutes to do so. All the time in the world. The second half is going to be real important.
And Hamadi committing a foul, says the referee. And it'll be a free kick to Farmington.
So far in these first 2 minutes, the ball hasn't left the attacking zone for Farmington.
It'll be Billings, the captain. Plays this one, and it will be straight at Mason.
Had to jump for that one, but able to corral it cleanly.
Yeah, not quite sure if he was aiming right for Mason to try and catch him out or if that was actually intended to go to his teammates. Either way, it broke down. And Chaka maybe looked to have grazed something across the face. Stopped right away. Here's Alvarez. Cutting inside here. A big clearance there. Husson being worked back here. Here's Sucre trying to run onto it, but will not be able to catch up to it that time. This one just trying to get it out of their zone is Farmington, but it's won back by Sucre. Sucre playing in Shadi Hamadi, but it's just too long in the end for him.
But right idea there. Sucre to Hamadi. That could have been a dangerous connection. Just unfortunate that you're not able to get that through ball.
If you go all the way back to the first half, that chance by Shadi Hamadi that looped over the goalkeeper Day that just didn't go in. It's chances like that almosts like these that Husson are hoping won't be just the rude cause of their day. Here's Alvarez. Weinstein. This one won back by Farmington momentarily. Now it's back with the Eagles. And here's Alvarez. Already got the better of some of these players today. He's certainly working his way inside, finding Noguera. The 1-2, trying to play it across that time to Hamadi, just unable to find it that time.
Again, first couple minutes, looked like UMF was going to get some possession on attack, but now Husson is playing like they were pretty much the entire first half, just having great chances in front. But again, Parker Day, the goalkeeper for Farmington, playing strong.
And Castellanos fouled there. He'll have a free kick in a pretty dangerous area.
He's really taking his time.
He's waiting for his players to get set up there. They're all queuing up at that back post. Expect a lot of runs to be made that they all go. And quite a few players that time hitting the deck. Referee not calling anything. 3 or 4 players there going down in the box. Still Husson playing. Still they continue. Here's Ponchi. Now the break is on for Farmington. It's Ibrahim cutting inside, still going. Finally stuffed out by the Eagles. Farmington just showing how quickly they can go back to front there. Eagles had to maintain their solidity defensively. Third goal you would feel would be detrimental to them.
It would just make it a longer hill to climb, which is not something Husson wants to face.
Now this one punched out by Mason. Only as far as Hassan, who took a swing at it, falling all the way to Ibrahim. Touched on, still a chance off of the back of Weinstein. And Spira not able to control it. Mason will end the threat with a collecting the ball there. And Sucre tripped. Now the ball back with Farmington. Ibrahim. Mason comes out to collect there. Had to do a lot so far. These last couple of chances have really been tough. That ball just bouncing around there every which way.
That's going to look to break it out with Weinstein right here.
Now here's Hamadi having to drop back and get in possession more. Here's Panchi to Sucre. Through ball there. And crossing one in is Diaz Alvarez, but the cross is too long. It'll find Noguera, who looks to drive back in the middle. He goes down, and the ref says penalty. And now the Eagles are in prime position here to level up this game.
It was a great job by Noguera to draw the penalty inside the box, as he was able to get past his defender and would have had a great chance at the cross had he not get fouled.
And Miguel Diaz Alvarez will be the one to take. Usually in this sort of position we would see someone like Enrique Mendez to take one, but it is the responsibility of Diaz Alvarez now. The game may be on his shoulders here as he steps up and drills it. And the Eagles have their way back in. Day not giving him the ball.
Just a great job by Diaz Alvarez. Parker Day wanted to dive right, or dive left, excuse me. But Alvarez doing a great job hitting it opposite side.
The referee's just given a red card. The referee not withholding the red card here. And we've just seen a red card to Farmington's captain as Kalen Billings receiving a double yellow. More yellows to follow. Certainly a lot of talking to by both the referees and Farmington.
Well, with that red card issued to the captain Billings, they will be down a player rest of the match.
And this is exactly what Husson would have wanted. Obviously, this was not a strategy by them necessarily to get anybody sent off, but I mean, it is to be expected with just the way that Farmington were acting, certainly towards the referee after that goal went in. That something was going to happen, but the referee just absolutely not having anything of it. Head referee Jay Baines, the decision to send off Captain Billings, who will depart. Something had to have been said by Billings there.
I know they were both fighting for the ball after the goal. Couldn't really tell what was happening after that.
Again, just a lot of chaos in there. We will have it sorted out for you once the referees are done with their circle, as they continue to talk it over in there.
But as it is right now, Husson did tie it up from that penalty kick, and Diaz Alvarez has 2 goals. Has had despite all that commotion that just happened, Philip, Diaz is having a really good game so far.
He's been influential, Diaz Alvarez, too. Just all of Husson's play and just continuing here, slotting home the penalty. Keeper dove the wrong way. Is a great effort in the end. And again, certainly a lot to talk about there from the referees, as we will await their decisions. Head coach Blake Hart trying to plead his case, but of course the referee's decision is final.
Refs really talking this one over, just trying to make sure that they're getting the correct call, making sure, trying to find out really if they're issuing a double yellow card. We just, Philip, they're really talking this one out. It's been like that almost for at least 5 minutes now. So again, that goal really caused a lot of commotion right at Farmington's goal post. So
Yeah, they have to make sure in that situation that you are all on the same page. Again, red cards aren't necessarily the most common thing in soccer. They certainly do happen, but I can't remember the last time a red card was issued here at Boucher. But again, for Husson, you really just can't be too involved in this. We see them on the other side there just sort of continuing to warm up. And we will see referee's still not quite done here, but we do have 37-30 left in this game. The game is tied.
21 black, okay? 21 and 5 white, okay? And Husson. Yes.
Again, the referee just confirming to us up here in the booth, to the sports information department, that it was indeed a double yellow. Now we will get the game resumed for you as they talk it over to the captains. Players, of course, need to be in the know just as much as the coaches.
So there were yellow cards issued on Husson to Chad Hamadi and Victor Blanco. A yellow card issued to Kalen Billins on Farmington, and he actually got a double yellow, so that would be a red card on Billins. He will be exited out of the match, and Farmington will be down a player.
Now, from the PK, and perhaps a lot more than just a PK given away for the Beavers, as they now play this second half down a man. Eagles will certainly see this as a benefit to them. Beavers, of course, will feel hard done by that call. Husson clears it.
It was a big red card on one of the best defenders on this team.
Absolutely, the captain, Billings. Started 11 games out of the 13 this year. He's almost tallied up 1,000 minutes on the season. So, very unfortunate player to get thrown out of the match.
And if you're Husson, you want to use that to your advantage now.
Whether it was unfortunate or not, he is gone, and now Husson could be through. Noguera trying to put one across, and that one's blocked. Hassan working it up that side to play in Spira, but it is cleared well by Weinstein. Just to get back to that red. Again, it's unfortunate for the Beavers. Losing a captain is somebody who really, losing more than just his presence, you're losing his voice, calmness, a voice of reason maybe. Certainly a big blow for them. Take a big effort for them to come back in this one and get another one past the Eagles. The Eagles now really, you do feel they have all the cards in their favor. And now Ponchi from distance. That one will be blocked, and we will see a corner. And now the game is back on. Husson with a corner.
Well, after scoring that last goal and all that stuff happening in between, it all feels like all the momentum is now shifted all the way towards Husson. And so, I mean, if you're Farmington, you have to feel deflated, too, that your captain is out of this game.
Now the ball in. That one all the way through to Alvarez. Just tried to place that one in goal, but couldn't. And it will go wide. See a goal kick here.
Miguel Diaz-Alvarez, 2 goals already. He's going to try to aim for a hat trick.
Now, 50-50 battle. Spiro wins it. Now, Sucre playing Shadi Hamadi. Ponchi playing it all the way out to Noguera. Husson passing it around well. Noguera cuts his man and trying to place that one into the far corner, just not able to. Although it took a deflection, now we will see a corner.
And Hamadi is going to take the corner.
And now the ball in. And Davide Ponchi, but a great leaping grab there by Parker Day. It was a great header on by Ponchi, but beating him to it was Day.
And yeah, Parker Day has been strong all afternoon, and he shows it right there once again.
Strong for a good portion of this half. Penalty, not really his fault.
Never the goalkeeper's fault when it comes to penalties.
Well, not always. But there is a very rare case where it is. Obviously, we're talking indirectly. Whereas if a goalkeeper takes someone out, that can be directly his fault, but never at fault if he does not save the penalty. The ball through. Just unable to be anything on it. Shielded well by Castellanos. Now Weinstein will break, starting an attack for the Eagles. Castellanos. Shadi Hamadi. Weinstein taking his space, trying to play one through, but just not able to find anyone. Could be in trouble now, the Eagles. As Luciano playing Serpa through, and it'll be Mason's ball. And we will have an injury to Jack Luciano. Yet another player that's down. The trainer will have to come on here.
just no, don't bother.
We will step aside here while he gets some help from the trainer. And back to his feet now is Jack Luciano. Back up on his own power. Looked to be just a cramp there. Nothing more serious than that. Still he comes off. Here's Castellanos. It's not the best of passes. Here back with it is Castellanos again. The Eagles really have had a few chances since their penalty, but haven't been able to find the back of the net, which would be their first lead of the game here. As it stands, it's been a great effort from them to just get back into this game. Hamadi trying to play Ponchi all the way back to Weinstein. Here's Sucre trying to play it long, trying to play in Hamadi, but it'll fall to Blanco and Menchaca. And Noguera will draw a foul. Foul on Hassan.
Hassan's one of those more aggressive defenders on this Farmington Beavers squad. Only a freshman, too. Getting a lot of action here today.
Caden Smith looking to work his way on. Currently sitting, queuing up, waiting to be called in by the substitution. And the 10 men of the Beavers just continuing to press on here as Caden Smith will come on now. And it will be Bashil Manor to come off.
Malor started this game. Also a NAC Rookie of the Week once this year. And he'll take a rest.
Menchaca playing Davide Ponchi, trying to play Noguera on the wing. And looking to come into the game now is Nico Puerta. He's somebody who can really take control of a game if you give him the ball. Now, Ponchi taking it. Noguera with the ball in, but nobody on to finish it. It's fallen as far as Sucre, who can take a shot at the edge of the box, and it's gone in. What a goal from Cesar Sucre, and the Eagles have their first lead as he knocks over the corner flag in celebration.
Cesar Sucre, as Carlos Brunita's head coach quoted, a fantastic soccer player, a natural talent combined with creativity and determination makes Sucre an offensive weapon. He showed it right there. Beautiful ball, and it just finds the back of the net. Give it his fourth goal of the season.
Well, he took his time, didn't he? He just held there a minute, opened up his foot, and that was what let him really get a lot of that power. What a goal, and what a momentum booster for the Eagles, who really would have wanted to find the back of the net once more, having been up a man now, and Farmington just left frustrated.
Yeah, what a missile that was. You know, regardless of where that was going, I don't think he would have stopped that. That was a great Great goal right there to put Husson on top.
Unsure if he got a yellow card for presumably his celebration.
Sucre, only a freshman from the South American country, Venezuela. Again, this international talent on the Husson squad is no joke. They are elite.
Husson start the game again. 3-2 they lead here at Boucher. Now, here is the goal scorer, Sucre, playing it off to Castellanos. And now, looking to enter the game for the Eagles is Enrique Mendez. That ball is just too far for Noguera. Be Hassan to throw in. Farmington really having to find something here if they want to get back into this one. They haven't exactly looked a bad team since going down to 10 men, but of course giving up that goal. Here is Puerta with his first chance on the ball. It's going to take something pretty spectacular from the Beavers if they want to come back now. They're going to have to dig deep. And here they go again, J.J. Greenlaw trying to play Spira in.
Now with Husson having the lead, also having a man advantage for the rest of the match, you would think they would just try to stay on the gas pedal. It's going to be really hard for Farmington to really do anything. Again, they only have 6 shots all match.
Remember, this is where Husson did give up a goal in the first half, throw in just like this one. Farmington were able to capitalize, not this time though. That one will be out, just in the end a poor touch by Dakin. And now on comes Enrique Mendez for the Eagles. Somebody who can definitely find the back of the net. So did so on 5 occasions, 3 assists for him as he departing is Shadi Hamadi.
And like you were saying about Enrique Mendez, he's from a very small country just in the Central American islands, Bermuda. Only 64,000 people actually live there, so coming all the way to Husson from such a small country, and he's able to make an impact with already 5 goals, 3 assists, and he's perfect on penalty kills, 3 for 3. He's a great young talent as well, another freshman.
Again, normally the normal penalty taker in those situations. We saw Diaz Alvarez take it. But Mendez, if given the chance, as Owen mentioned, 3 for 3 on the PKs. Now a corner, as we will see the return of Jorge Mora. And the goal scorer, well, somebody will depart at some point. It is Daniel Noguera who will depart. Thought for a minute it might be Diaz Alvarez, but Noguera gives way. And now the corner Mora will take. That one above Enrique Wine. Above Enrique. Above everybody. Weinstein was in there too, just nobody able to get on that one.
Time. Turn. Drive. Get up a bit. Turn.
Now Weinstein over to Menchaca.
Time.
Eagles looking to just continue to sit on the ball here and try and work their way in, make inroads in that defense. Diaz Alvarez floating one over the top, and Looked to try and spot the run of Castellanos there, but couldn't.
Just, again, great applied pressure from the Eagles. They are taking every opportunity with this man advantage and are beautifully executing. We saw that goal from Sucre, and again, not letting up whatsoever.
Well, we have a free kick here for the Eagles after Mendez was brought down for a foul. Likely we will see again, as he did in the first half, Miguel Diaz-Alvarez to take. He's already scored one of these today in the first half. That was what drew the Eagles level at 1. We'll see now prime position as he was in that first half to score here. You've got to be thinking he's going to go for goal. Does have the option of Menchaca or others. It is Diaz-Alvarez trying to go under the wall, but unable to, and this one will be out. Great hustle as Pereira will clear. Great hustle there from Caden Smith to get that one out.
Yeah, hasn't played a whole lot this season, only 9 games for 370 minutes. But, again, he's trying to bring a spark on this Farmington team. They're usually really using all their substitutions.
And now on for the Eagles will be Adne Glutheim, who will come in for Miguel Diaz-Alvarez. Someone who can provide both offense and defense.
Glutheim, another international player, freshman from Norway. Again, sound like a broken record, but Husson's got great international players on this men's soccer team.
This is a great ball, destined for Menchaca. Husson driving it, pursuing that one, and he got to it first. Be a throw-in for the Eagles. Here's Nico Porta playing a through ball to Mora, who can square it across, and it's in! And it's 4-2. Out. Jorge Mora. I almost called him by his brother's name.
That was just an amazingly put ball by Jorge Mora. Another freshman. He's got his 3rd goal of the year.
And it was a great ball in there from Puerta to start it, and then again looked to be just a square, looking to square that one across from our angle, but in the end that one just a great job to just get it up and over Day.
Yeah, and I really think Parker Day was thrown off a little bit by it at first.
And again, Jorge just continuing to make differences in the game when he does come in.
I don't know how he scored that goal. That was from a tough angle.
It was a very, very tight angle, but in the end, 4-2 to the Eagles now.
Phenomenal goal.
The 10 men of Farmington have some work to do if they're going to get back into this one.
I was just about to say something about that, Philip. Them only having 10 players out is really hurting them, especially now that Husson scored 2 goals since they've gone to a 10-man.
It is those gaps, like the through ball from Porta that was put in that would have been covered had Billings still been in. So again, these are opportunities that are happening. Sucre trying to play through Castellanos. Husson looking for a 5th here. That one will be cleared away by Spira.
Again, Husson kind of chewing the clock a little bit, just passing around the entire field. Everyone's getting a chance at touching it.
Here's Porta. Having to deal with two Beavers on him. Picked up by Sucre. Trying to play in Mendez. Found Mora. Mora to Sucre, and it's blocked. Jorge Mora continuing with it here, and Jorge Mora, and a great save there by Day. Had to be made. Jorge Mora in just making a chance almost out of nothing there. Able to get a good shot away.
And you can kind of feel this game slipping away from Farmington now. Just the amount of time Husson's had the ball.
Again, since going down to 10 men, the Eagles have responded twice already as Enrique Mendez is in, and the offside flag will come up.
It was a spectacular try by Mendez, and honestly, give credit to Parker Day for coming out way out of his net to try to challenge Mendez. Again, it ultimately went offside, but Day was going to try to get a hand on Mendez's shot.
Yeah, again, Day just having to be strong there. It's always a tough read as a goalie when to come out, but he definitely made the right decision there. He threw Mendez off. Even if he wasn't offside, he did miss it wide, so that's just speaks to, again, just his quality and his skill. As Weaver looking to play Greenlaw, who plays it out wide to Ibram. Picked up by Eric Weinstein. But now it's back with Farmington as they try and string one together. That ball off a deflection has found Mendez. Husson going the other way. Enrique Mendez driving in. Little back heel to Mora. Now Ponchi playing it to Nico Porta. There's the through ball again, and this time it is dealt with by Hassan. There was that dangerous through ball that led to the Husson's fourth goal. Again, Porta. He has just been so dangerous since coming into this one.
Absolutely, and Davide Ponchi almost had a chance to replicate the Mora goal that was scored, but it was a great play by, I believe, Hassan to get a piece of it.
Yeah, Hassan's been coming up big in these last couple minutes for Farmington.
Now the ball in, and that one will be collected by Day. As you mentioned, Gabe, yeah, Hassan having to be really strong in the absence of Billings. Again, that defense stretched very thin since the red card. And he has been very, very strong. Now that's a great ball over the top to find Spira. And Spira continuing on. He'll have a shot. It's forcing a great save from the goalie, Liam Mason.
Give all the credit to Liam Mason. What a great save.
What a great ball initially, and it's still not done with it. And Mason coming up to collect big. Eagles getting out of danger there. It was a couple of great opportunities. Again, it was a great initial ball to find Spira.
Really helps with Mason's size. Standing in a tall 6 foot with his height and his athleticism, he's able to reach up and grab any ball he wants. And that was a great aggressive play that he had to make. Again, the dive and save, incredible work from the freshman. Maine native.
Getting ready to come on. Getting some final instructions is Lorenzo Cerruti. Now the throw. Trying to stick with it there was Weaver. Unable to do so. Farmington have just looked totally different from that team that was 2-1 up at half against the Eagles. 17 minutes left in this game that once saw Husson down 2-1.
3 consecutive goals for them. They have been lighting it up in the second half.
More unable to keep it there, and it's a great turn by Greenlaw. Here's Spira continuing on. He's got room to run it, and he'll take it. Working on Menchaca, but Menchaca very, very strong there.
What a great tackle by Menchaca. And that's what he's really known for, is being a great all-around offensive and defensive-minded player.
And just a lot of work that time from Spira. Having to create chances now just almost by himself. Here's a long ball looking for Mora. Won't find him. And there is the substitution. Goal scorer Sucre will depart. On will come Lorenzo Cerruti.
Now the Eagles are just getting a bunch of subs in, keeping everybody fresh as they have a 2-goal advantage.
And here is glue time coming in. As we mentioned, another substitution for the Eagles was Lucas Alabizo. As some of the regulars are starting to find their way back onto the field now with 15 left to go in this one. This one a long ball, and that will be the goalkeeper's ball.
See what Mason tries to look for, or he's just going to grab it.
Not about playing it to Cerruti, but thinking over his options here, taking a very long time. Trying to take as much time off that clock as he can. And this will go Husson's way now. A foul. Lucas Menchaca taking it quickly, and now all the way over glue time. Here's Puerta. Castellanos loses it. No foul, says the referee. Husson retaining possession. A long ball, not able to be found by Lucas Menchaca there. Throw in taken short there, but unable to get on the end of it. Now, Greenlaw throwing it in, trying to find Malor, but he'll have to back it up. And over on that far side, Alejandro Castellanos, a little shaken up. And he will get a sub now. Daniel Noguera coming on to take his place as he is jogging off well under his own power. Maybe just wanting a sub there.
He's played a great game all throughout, Alejandro Castellanos has.
Now Greenlaw to throw it in to Malor, but just broken up by the Eagles. Farmington trying to hit back with a goal here. Trying to find Ibram on the wing, but not able to. It's down to Puerta. Here's glue time. Husson just trying to find an opening here. Haven't found it quite yet. And Weinstein will go all the way back to his goalkeeper. And And this ball looking for Noguera, but cleared away by Dakin. 12:49 left in this game.
Again, Husson just chewing more off the clock as the half winds down. 12 minutes left, and if you're, it's almost out of the question. But Farmington still has time to score 2 goals. I mean, it's really hard, especially having 10 players, but nothing is impossible, Philip.
No, and we've seen other teams as well just come in and find some late goals off some pretty weird bounces. Looking back to the game against Johnson, there were a number of weird bounces in that one that found the back of the net, so nothing is really out of the question here, especially when you're 2 goals down still, as Edwin Cruz will come on to replace Lucas Menchaca, who, as Owen mentioned in the first half, if he did score, he would do the Menchaca. I think I said that. Somebody said that.
You said that. I know you said that, and then I gave you credit for it.
Anyway, here's the throw-in. Cruz. Now it's with Pereira. Cruz getting his first touch. It's a great through ball there. A dummy by Mora. Mendez trying to flick it onto Mora, but couldn't. It'll go out off of Mora in the end, and it will be a Farmington throw. Greenlaw trying to find Spira, but unable to, and now the referee will award a foul to Greenlaw.
Farmington should look to push up the pace pretty quickly. You don't have much time left.
This one is in, and the referee has pointed to the spot. A little bit of a delay there, but looks to be Weinstein who have committed a penalty. There's some deliberation on who will take it. It looks to be Garrett Gendro. That's the second penalty now for Farmington, and they scored here. They could very well, with 10:25 left, have an avenue back in the game. A couple of substitutions for the Beavers. Monty Weaver coming on, as well as Caden Smith coming back on.
I mean, if you're Farmington here, you absolutely need it.
Maxwell Hamilton, the final substitution. Ibrahim coming off, and on will come William Levine. Standing over. Penalty is Garrett Gendro. And able to find the back of the net is Gendro. He scores the penalty. Now maybe a way back for Farmington. 10-man Farmington. As we see another substitution now, that substitution will happen. Ibrahim for William Levine.
That's the second time that UMF has successfully hit a penalty. Again, Mason guessing diving at the right time again. Just that one was too powerful of a shot for him to corral and save.
Noguera switching the play now. Here's Cruz. Husson looking to respond right back with a goal of their own. Here's Mora. 10 minutes to go. Alejandro Mora putting a ball in, and that one will be too close to day. Wow, 4-3 now. You mentioned some, maybe there might be a way back into the game for Farmington. There certainly is now, as Mora will get called for a push.
Meller was slow to get up after that collision, but looks like he'll be all right. And could be a dangerous free kick depending on how Husson plays this.
Husson have to just make sure that everyone in there has a marker. They'll play it short. Here's Greenlaw to try and play one in, and it's headed away. Here's Malore, not able to find the back of the net there. That one will roll onto the parking lot. Not quite as far as Alvarez.
These are the chances, though, that Farmington wants, and these are the chances they need right now. And they're going to keep getting these chances if Husson doesn't fix these mistakes right here.
All 3 goals Farmington has scored have come from set pieces, and I think that's one of the big reasons why they've stayed in this game. They've capitalized on all those opportunities.
Well, this is certainly one of the closest games of the season for the Eagles. Mason pushing everyone up. They'll boot it long, looking for Nico Porta. Enrique Mendez getting it, touching it down to Noguera, who jukes to play Mendez. And here he is. Here is Puerta. Through ball denied there. Well, who would have expected this? A 7-goal thriller here at Boucher. Husson leading Farmington 4-3. 8:40 left to go. Here is Puerta again. Eagles looking for what would make it a 5th goal for them on the day. Here's Cruz. Cruz putting a good ball in, looking for Noguera, and they will be called for a foul, or the offside, excuse me, called for an offside.
Again, a good cross opportunity. Cruz had the right spinning curve on the cross. It's just unfortunate Husson went offside.
Here is Cerruti. Here's Lucas Alabizo. Haven't said his name much. He's someone who normally when he does come into the game, everybody knows it. Hasn't been that kind of game. Here's Pereira.
Mendez really forecheck in Farmington right now, especially Owen Dakin. Looking to generate some pressure, force a turnover.
And that time, Cerruti will be given yellow from the referee on that challenge.
That would make it the 5th yellow card on Husson today. And
game never fails to excite, does it? Game between two top teams here. And Farmington coming into this one unbeaten in the conference, 6-0. Husson, of course, 5-1. will be Greenlaw to take. And there's a little bit of an issue with the clock. It will be returned to 7 minutes. Now the free kick. That's poor for Farmington. Now running onto it. Looking to. There will be a foul there. It's quite some deliberation about whether or not it would be called, and it was called.
It's a late call, but I think that Husson was looking for it. Their player fell down hard, and less than 6.5 minutes left. Husson is going to have to chew more clock.
And those 30 seconds have elapsed now that was reset. That the game had to be stopped for. Cruz in there with a big tackle, and eventually it fell to Pereira, who cleared it. And there will be a foul given by the referee.
That was a sliding tackle by Edwin Cruz. Ref said there was too much contact there, and they will call the foul.
Yeah, the Husson bench not pleased with that call.
It was directly in front of them, and they would have a good view as of any other. Now the free kick only as far as Cruz. It will be cleared by Cruz. Mendez trying to come to win the ball. Here's Alabizo. Alabizo playing it just perfectly to Puerta. Here's Noguera. Unable to keep it.
Philip, there's less than 5 minutes left. Farmington is going to want to make a comeback. It's going to be now.
And they're going to need this kind of comeback if they want to mount any sort of comeback in the conference. Here's Alabizo. Alabizo on his left. And that will be out for a corner.
Farmington's had all the chances in the last 5 minutes of the game, and they haven't been able to convert on. They've only been able to convert on that one that they got the goal from. So they need to start playing more aggressive here in these last 5 minutes.
And 2 goals required for them for a win as it stands now, and a win for them would shoot them above MMA in the table and be neck and neck with Husson. And now that will be called for a foul. We will see a free kick right where the corner was. Mendez.
It's getting really aggressive over on that top left corner where that flag is. It's chewing a lot of the clock right now.
And the Eagles take it, and it will be out for a Farmington throw. Now a plethora of substitutions, 3 of them. Ibrahim coming back in, as is Spira. Jack Luciano making his return to the field. That will round off the substitutions for the Beavers. The ball is back in play now with the Beavers. Cleared up well, looking for Spira. Glue Time trying to shield it. Here's Luciano trying to get it. Now Noguera. for the Eagles. Here's Alabizo. Puerta flicking one over to Mendez, who is offside. And Enrique Mendez will see yellow for that. Kicking the ball after the play was stopped.
Sixth yellow of the day for Husson.
Husson, their back line, looking to draw an offside from this. Ball not going far enough to do so. This one a big boot by Manuka Pereira. Looking to find Enrique Mendez, who goes down. Lucas Abizo covering. Here's Mora. Mora looking to play Noguera. 2 minutes left in this game. Husson up a goal. Farmington still looking for a way back in this game. Here's Spira. And Pereira is fouled. Husson will have a free kick.
Spira pursuing the ball, and with Pereira right there, he just gave Pereira too much of a shove.
Now it will be the goalkeeper Liam Mason to take. Eagles looking to hang on. 1:25 left in this one. And in an offside position is Enrique Mendez. Farmington looking to take it quickly here. They are going to have to now. 10.
This is Farmington's chance right here to tie the game.
Looking for anything here. Anything can happen. They'll feel. That one out by Pereira. Husson just looking to hold on here. Under a minute to go. Booted long by Enrique Weinstein. Cerruti heads it. Enrique Mendez was offside. And a yellow card for Puerta there.
7th yellow card. Husson's got to try to stay disciplined as much as possible. 40 seconds left.
And if you're Farmington here, you do not want this ball leaving Husson's zone for the rest of this game.
Looking for an equalizer. They started this game with a goal, trying to finish it with one. Mora able to clear. It will stay with Farmington now. Everybody expected to get in the box here. This will definitely be a long throw. Greenlaw takes it, looking to flick it on, and Pereira able to clear for the Eagles. 20 seconds left. Nico Puerta booting it long. Caden Smith, Lucas Alabizo, 50-50. Caden Smith wins it. 7 seconds now. Smith goes long down the touchline. And it's Enrique Weinstein who will clear it. And that will do it. The Eagles survive. 4-3 on the day. A hard-earned victory for them in this one, Owen.
Absolutely. They were down 2-1, if you remember, at the end of the first half. Head coach Carlos Bermudez definitely gave his team a speech in the locker room. And then Husson scored the penalty corner thanks to Miguel Diaz-Alvarez. Then it led to an eventual red card on the Farmington captain, Billings. And with the man advantage, Husson was able to score 2 more. But then, if you remember, Farmington was able to score a penalty kick thanks to Gendro, and then Husson eventually was able to keep their lead throughout the rest of the match. So definitely a hard-earned victory if you're Husson. And now you move to 6-1 in the conference, only trailing Thomas. And when they play, Husson plays Thomas next, so that's going to be one of the best matchups all year, Philip.
Yes, it will. Sure to be a good one. That one away at Thomas. Well, Gabe, we've seen a game here. Certainly a lot of lead changes, a lot of just end-to-end stuff. Who's your player of the game?
I don't know. I mean, it's really tough. You know, there's been so many great players of this game today, and it's just, you know, it's really been a tale of two halves today. If you think about it, you know, you mentioned, Owen, that Husson came back. It was 2-1 first half, and then they scored three unanswered goals, and then they came back. Farmington came back in the end, but then so. I'm gonna have to say my player of the game is probably gonna have to be Alvarez. You know, he had what, 2 goals today?
2 goals, indeed. One of them being a penalty kick. Just honestly, it was just a great team effort all around if you think about it.
Well, the Eagles again will head on to play Thomas College. Farmington will look to play Vermont State Johnson on the 25th. And as for this homecoming weekend, Husson remains unbeaten. 3 games, 3 wins. We'll see if field hockey can do it again, make it 4 for 4. And for Philip Robarge, or for Owen Snow and Gabe Shaw, I'm Philip Robarge, saying goodbye from Boucher Field here. Husson walking out 4-3 victors.